Hello, 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 hello. My name is justjack.com, coming to you live. What time is it here in America? 9:39. Can I lower this? Please don't mess up anything, Jack. Oh, Jesus. Perfect. All my Disney movies are underneath on the floor now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and those who have yet to make up their minds. I am your host, justjack.com, coming to you live from sunny San Diego, California. If you are catching the replay, you can go ahead and push hashtag replay. If you're watching live, say, hey girl, hey, I'm here live from wherever you're coming from. Hello, Chris Boyce. Hello, Lisa Reynolds. Lisa Reynolds, give me a call, girl. Call, girl. We need to have a chat. We haven't had a chat in a very long time. What else do I have to say? Oh, let's light this incense real quick, you know. I love the incense. The smoke sends the prayers up to the heavens, I suppose. And we're going to need lots of prayers with the stuff that we're getting into this day and age. Lord knows. Hello, Nikki Rhea. Hello, hello. Hey, looking fab. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, that's what the kids say these days. So, when they're doing their YouTube videos or they're shooting something for their little marketing strategies. So. Hello, Steph DiMarino. Hello from England. Oh, hello. Hey, girl. Hello, Brandy from New Orleans, Louisiana. Hello, Karen Lynn from Ontario, Canada. Hello, Vicky Rodriguez from Two Doors Down. 8 wind chill below 76. Whoa, that's way too cold for me. I'm from San Diego, so if it gets anything lower than 60, we start having a hissy. And anything over 75, we start having a hissy. Because we're just spoiled. We moved here for the weather. Hey, Jack, miss ya. Hello, Ariel Fibison. Hello, my dear. Good to see you in here. Thanks for stopping by. Hello, Rochelle from the frozen tundra, quite literally central Wisconsin. Well, hello. Shout out to me, miss you. Hey, well, hello, Ariel Fibison. Tell that gorgeous man of yours I said hello to. And when you're finished with him, I'll take him off your hands. You know, give him a little run for his money. Give him a little taste. Just kidding. No, but thank you for stopping by, Ariel. Hope all is well. We need to have a conversation, too. I haven't talked to you in a month of Sundays either. Okay, let's get right into this. My chat today is accepting the power that you embody, the one that is within inside you already. Now, if you want to share, remember you can share and subscribe up there, somewhere around here. You can share and subscribe. We invite you to join our newsletter at justjack.com, and we also invite you to come like our fan page, Just Jack, and join our group, The Court of Miracles, facebook.com/groups/Court of Miracles, or just ask me for that link and I'll go ahead and send it to you. Hello, Jessica Marie Torrance. Hey, girl, we need to have a conversation too. Hi, Austin. Hi, Austin. LaCour? Is that the way you see your last name? Hello. The power that you embody, which means the power that is within you, which is within all of us, you understand. We are all one, and once you understand that, I think we start treating each other a lot differently when we understand that we're all one. I think we get a lot more annoyed with each other as well when we realize that we're all one. And I think that sometimes we forget that we are all one, and sometimes we forget, like my friend Ivy says, we don't all heal the way you do. We don't all heal the way that person over there does. We don't all heal the way Jack does. We don't all heal the way our mothers do. We don't all heal that way, and we have our own healing process. But I think there is lots of power in the healing process. Hello, Melissa Owens. Hello, Justina Hernandez Vega. Hello, hello. I haven't seen you in a long time either. We need to have a chat, my love. Melissa Owens, long time. Me love you, long time. So, through that healing process, which lots of us are going through right now, we've been going through the healing process. Lots of stuff that has been, like I say, swept under the rug. Stuff that we, at once upon a time, we said, oh, I'm just going to deal with you later. Stuff that we didn't even know that we had to deal with. Stuff that we didn't even know lay dormant within us. I think it's time for us to go check in on that stuff. Check in on the stuff that you think, oh, well, that's just the way I've always been. You know, some people say, well, everyone's calling me a bitch, but I'm not really a bitch. Well, you may want to check in. You may want to check in with yourself. You may want to check in and say, wait a second. Ian Levenzant said, if more than a few people are calling me a horse and telling me I'm looking like a horse and telling me that I'm acting like a horse, I may want to check myself because there may be some hay hanging out of my mouth. And you want to check yourself. I'm going to snooze. Okay, you go ahead and you snooze, Vicky Rodriguez. Thanks for stopping by and boosting up our algorithms. But you may want to do that little check-in. And you may want to check in and ask yourself, okay, what is really going on? Where is my power? Where does my power actually lie? What am I very powerful? What is my power? What is my power? Some people like to put labels on their power. Some people like to call themselves one of the clairs. They're clairvoyant, clairaudient, clair whatever. Clairs get you in trouble. You know, the clairs let you see things that, you know, that saying that they say, they have eyes but do not see, ears but they do not hear. The clairs help you with that kind of stuff. They help you see past things. They give you eyes that see through all the BS. They give you they give you ears that hear through all the minutia. You're able to, for those of you leaders, you're able to look at somebody and identify exactly where the problem is before they even tell you that there is any problem. Just by the way people speak. Listen to people when they speak. They'll tell you. They'll tell you exactly who they are. They will tell you who they are. They will tell you how powerful they really are. You know, and it's always the people, what I notice, it's always the people running around talking about how powerful they really are who don't realize they wouldn't know their power if someone knocked them over the head with it. They wouldn't know their power because they're too busy focusing on what they want their power to be, and they're so busy focusing on what they want to have happen, and they're so busy trying to force something that is not even theirs. You know, how many times you see those people, watch any American Idol, watch any X Factor, watch any whatever Got Talent, you'll see those people who they want it so bad, they just don't got it. They just don't got it. And it's always the people who don't even realize they've got it. And they have it, you know. Hello, Miss Rita Diaz Sweet. Hello, hello. So, pay attention to people. My aunt says the squeaky wheel gets the oil. The squeaky wheel gets the Earl. You see, the squeaky wheel is also full of shit, if you ask me. Most of the squeaky wheels are. You know, you have people out here charging an arm and a leg to learn the law of attraction, which really is just a natural law that lays dormant. You see, I'm reading this book. This is the one I'm reading. Well, I'm reading many books. But Path of Empowerment by Barbara Marciniak. And inside there, they talk about how self-empowerment and expanded awareness and spiritual growth, it's all at our fingertips. It's all, therefore, you know, it's just unlimited. You can go on YouTube, you can get Scribd, you can go to the library. There's so much knowledge and so much wisdom, and it's you know, more than we've ever seen in our history of existence. There's so much out there for us to feast our eyes upon. There's so much out there. You can hear it from the church house on Sunday. You can hear it any day of the week on Facebook. You can see it on the Instagram. Stuff is happening. People are waking up. People are realizing, wow, let me step into my power because I actually have something that I actually have a deeper connection with something that is bigger than me that I cannot even explain, nor do I want to even begin to try to explain. It's that kind of thing. And I think once we start integrating that spiritual essence and become mature about how we use our mind, I think that is where there becomes a transition. Last time we did our makeup on here, we talked about the transition from the flower to the orange, to the fruit, from the transition from the ego, which has served us, into living with divine love, or living in divine love, or divine grace, for that matter, living in divine mercy, for that matter, and being able to have grace and mercy with our fellow man. By the way, if you want to order some Just Chap Chap, we will hook you up. We make this ourselves, and all the proceeds go to help the homeless youth. Holla. Hello, Eco. Hello, Lee, Ellen, Hewitson, Etzo. Hey, girl, hey. So, there's lots of stuff. Lots of... Someone asked me, is anything sacred anymore? And I don't think anything is sacred. I think we have to become the ones who are going to not place judgment on what comes into our existence, but also be able to identify BS, and also be able to, what is that word I'm looking for? Discernment. We must have discernment on who and what comes into our life. Because just because someone says that person over there is evil, or that thing over there that they're doing is evil, or that thing that they're doing is evil, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily evil. I don't think that at all. I grew up with people telling me that witches and psychics and, all these things were evil. When in reality, gay people, they would say, gay people are evil. Don't go around the faggots. They're skating on a thin ice. They're going on a fine road to hell. They would tell me, be careful, be careful. And it wasn't until I started hanging out with those fun faggots, those crazy gays, those hypnotists, the people who are actually changing the world are really great people. And I think that they should be feared. I think if people try to control you, they're scared of you tapping into your power. I know that people are scared of you tapping into your power. They don't even know why they're scared of you tapping into your power. They just know that they don't want you tapping into it because it scares them. And I think they're afraid of tapping into their own power because they know really how powerful they actually are too. And I think once you start tapping into your power, I think that makes them feel uneasy because they know without a shadow of a doubt in their mind that they too should be tapping into their own stuff just like you. Like one time I was watching Kyle C's. Hi, Rocco. Hi, my love. Good to see you too. How is business, my love? Hope business as well. But, oh shit, I lost my train of thought. I was watching Kyle C's one time, and Kyle C's was starting to do meditations. And what he would do in his meditations is he would meditate, and then he would just shoot videos and document everything. And I'm a firm believer in, Diane Hoffman teaches this, a life worth living is a life worth recording. Always document. Always document. That's why I do Facebook Lives. That's why I've done video marketing, because I'm able to document exactly what I'm learning. Like right now with Path of Empowerment by Barbara Marciniak. I'm able to document. And I remember telling myself, I wonder where he's going to be if he continues this a year from now. I wonder where he'll be. And then I had to think to myself, but wait a second, girlfriend. Where will you be if you start meditating every day and then just documenting it? That's a challenge for me, especially for someone like me who at that time, I didn't know what meditation was. I thought people were crazy when they would sit down, shut up. That's what I thought. I thought, how can you guys do that? How are you able to shut off the mind like that? And what I learned was I don't need to shut off my mind. My mind is very fascinating when I shut up and listen to it. And then you have to think too, well, what are you really listening to? What's really in there that you're listening to? I was asking my mother one time, I said, do you know the difference between your egotistical mind speaking to you? Hi, Stacy. Do you know the difference between your egotistical mind speaking to you, and do you know the difference between when your spirit is speaking to you? And she took it as a question. She said, how? And I said, no, do you know? And so she said, and I said, for example, my ego is always trying to keep me safe. My ego is always trying to preserve me and make me fear things. I said, but my spirit's always empowering me. My spirit's always pushing me to go the next level, to go the distance, to slap fear across the face, and to go and get whatever the heck that I think that I want at that moment in time. And my mother says, oh yeah, I know the difference. And rightfully so. A nice, Christian woman my mother is. Well, I don't think I want to call her a Christian woman. Let me see. What did I tell her? I said, because you're not a Christian. She is, she is a follower of the good news. And she is one who shares the good news. That's what I think. That's a great definition for my mother. A servant. A service provider to people. Very much so. My mother will give the shirt off her back to people. And my mother will fight for the underdog. And one time someone even asked, I was watching this show called Greenleaf on Netflix. And they asked one of the characters, Grace. She said, they asked her, when are you going to stop fighting for the underdog and start fighting more for Jesus? And what Grace said was, the underdog is Jesus. And I think that's important to remember, that when we're going out there, we're serving people, we're serving the underdogs, we're learning from the people who have come before us, and we're teaching the people who will come after us. And just think, we are in a brand new day. A brand new day. This is just the beginning. We are barely clearing our throats. We haven't even begun to sing. There is going to be a huge healing process in this world. So for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, if you make it years, what are we planning on doing when it comes to tapping into our own personal power? Are we going to continue to say that we are not powerful? Are we going to continue to say that we are not worthy? Are we going to continue to say that it is not up to us to go out there to change the world? That it's up to some already, please forgive me, dead being to come save us? No, we are alive right now. By the way, that thing that you say is dead, it is not dead. It is alive and well. You have just been conditioned, and you have pretty much hypnotized yourself to believe that that thing is dead, which is a scary feeling. Because I think that when you tap into not only the physical realm, but you tap into the non-physical, together you can co-create and you can coexist. It's when people start saying that it's all this spooky, ooky, kooky, evil stuff, and, they bring the evil into it. They give up their power. You bring the evil into it by believing that something outside of you, something external from you has any power over you internally. Remember, it's your mind. Your mind is not a noun, a person, place, or thing. Your mind is a process. Your mind is continuously expanding, and you are constantly searching for a higher level of consciousness. Therefore, your mind is not necessarily a noun. Your mind is more of a verb. It is what you do. What are you doing with your mind in this day and age? What are you consuming in your mind in this day and age? Remember, we're always we're always using our mind. Your thoughts, your imagination, your mind is a tool. And sometimes we have to do what RuPaul calls a decluttering of the mind. You see, I've been reading tons and tons and tons of books. Right now I'm reading Path of Empowerment by Barbara Marciniak. I'm reading Convoluted Universe by Dolores Cannon. I just finished Michelle Obama's book, Becoming, highly recommended. I just finished The Wisdom of Sundays by Oprah, highly recommended. The Mother of Black Hollywood by Jennifer Lewis, highly, highly, highly recommended. But I'm reading all these different things. And I'm taking all this different stuff into my mind, not even knowing when I'm going to use it. But because I bring so much in, so much comes in, so much goes out, you see. And when RuPaul calls the decluttering of the mind, sometimes we have to take inventory on what do we have in our mind that really doesn't serve us anymore. I talked about on our fan page, if you like us at Just Jack, we talked about dropping stuff off. What baggage are you carrying with you? What no longer serves you? What do you want to bring in? What are some things that you placed upon the shelf? For example, Autobiography of a Yogi. Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahamsa Yogananda, that came to me probably when I was about 22, 23 years old. And of course, you know, coming from a church background where you don't want God knowing that you're reading about Yogananda, you know, you don't want God to know you're reading the Course in Miracles, you don't want God to know that you're reading Yogananda, you don't want God to know you're studying hypnotism, you know, plucketh out thine own eye, that kind of thing. You get scared, but that's fear. Remember, that's fear, and I ain't scared of nothing. And I don't serve a jealous God. I serve a loving God who gives me all the wisdom and knowledge that I need whenever I need it, no matter what shape or form that takes. And hello, Kristen Williams. Hey, girl, we need to have a conversation too. Lots of love to you. I'm glad you caught me live for once. Yeah. But we have to go through and see. When I was in the Autobiography of a Yogi, I didn't want to read the book. 22, 23 years old, I didn't want to read it. And then I received it for Christmas when I was 25. And I opened it up and I read it. And it's one of those things you have to, sometimes some of the things that we read or some of the things that we watch or some of the things that we learn, we have to kind of place it back upon the shelf to revisit it at a later time. And when we take the inventory, we can look upon those shelves and we can start saying, okay, what's on here? What's on here that I haven't, that I needed to revisit now that I have empowered myself, now that my awareness has expanded, now that I have grown, now that I have matured, because remember, the books don't change. The books don't change, you change. And we talked about that with Think and Grow Rich, and we talked about that with the Bible, and we talked about that with The Secret, we talked about that with The Science of Success, and now we're talking about it with Autobiography of a Yogi. Because what happened was, 2 weeks ago, I picked it up and I took it with me out on my day. And I was waiting for my mother to get her hair done. I was sitting down reading Autobiography of a Yogi, and I was just bawling my eyes out. Just bawling my eyes out because now the words resonated with me even more so. Now I was able to understand things that I wasn't able to understand at 23. I was able to read things differently than I did at 25. And who knows what the book will be like when I'm 50. What is your book going to be like when you're 50 is the question. What are we really doing? What's the story you're writing? Are you tapping into your personal power? You know, they say, stand like an oak, bend like a willow. Stand like an oak and bend like a willow. Are you compromising? Are you understanding that you're not the only one living this illusion that we all call reality, that this is not your own reality, that this reality does not belong to me, it does not belong to you, it belongs to us. What is really going on? Who are we serving? What solutions have we come up with for different problems? I talked to you guys the other day about that, we talked about how if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And people ask all the time, well, what do you tell people who just bitch and complain and moan and groan? I like those people. I like those people, let me tell you why. Because when you stop and listen to those people, they make some sense. Those people who complain and they moan and they groan, they make some sense. They really do. But then you throw the ball back in their court and you figure out, you say, okay, now I've heard you moan and groan and complain, but how can we sit together and co-create and come up with a solution to what you perceive as a problem? How can we do that? And then they say, well, then you got a good conversation going on. The wheels start spinning. But for someone who just wants to complain and moan and groan, I'm sorry, I am not your therapist. I am not your mama, and I am not your wife or your husband. Go. Find somebody else to go, let you vent. I don't do venting. I don't do venting, and I do compassionate listening. I do deep listening. I give thought to listening. And I think that there's always great time for people who are complaining to sit there and come up with a solution. Otherwise, they're no longer victims. They're more of accomplices to the problems that they are perceiving in this world. Okay, the whole point of this is to tap into your power. Don't be afraid of the power that lays within you. Accept the responsibility of the power that you have, the power that you've always known that you had, the power that you grew up with. You've always known. This is nothing new. Stop trying to play small. Stop trying to play like you don't know how this game is played. Stop it. You're not being cute to anybody but your own self. And even there come a day when you look back and you're like, who the hell you think you were? Stop it. What are you waiting for? 10 more years? 15 more years? 20 more years? I don't know. But to say that you don't know what you should be doing and how to tap into that power, there's no way, child. Not with 2019 being the way it is. Not with everything being on YouTube. Not with everything being out there. There's just no way. Are you putting in the time and the effort to do the thing? Because when you do the thing, you mark my word, I don't care what thing it is. I don't care what thing it is. I don't care what thing what is your target market, whatever it is, you do the thing, then you do the thing, and you shall have the power. We welcome you to come join our newsletter at justjack.com. We welcome you to like our page, our fan page, Just Jack, and we welcome you to come hang out with us in our group, The Court of Miracles, where we perform miracles on a daily basis, and you can too. My name is Just Jack, and I'm wishing you lots and lots and lots of love. Thank you for joining us today. If you got some value from this, share up there, subscribe, all that stuff. Lots of love. Bye, Felicia.